Paint all other ways at live stream. Okay, YouTube. All right. Good evening. Paint all other ways at live stream. All right, here we go. Okay, YouTube. So good evening, people on YouTube. Good evening to all our well-wishers, our supporters. We're bringing another episode of Education Opportunities and IT Jobs to you. Okay, so we're going to start our presentation. Just to introduce myself again, my name is Talks W. Child. I am the CEO of Ace Professional and CV Gods, and I'm bringing this program to you live every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. I know why I said Friday there. Usually it should be Wednesday. It's always Wednesday. But yes, we're humans. So welcome back. There's a whole lot of interesting things to talk about today. It's my privilege as your host to take you through what's coming up. So number one, just for you to know, the UK has come up with certain things that were effective earlier this week. Certain changes, such as students bringing in their family members. That has been put on hold unless your students come in on research. There's also certain things that they brought up. Also, we've got a news from the Prime Minister saying that IHS and visa fees will go up. And there seem to be a lot of people who had a backlog of receiving responses from the Home Office. They've received their responses, and it's been majority of negative responses. It could be a trend. It might not be. It could just be that they get into grip with the reality of the influx of people and the demand. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Just me getting interrupted by my wonderful family. There we go. So you got an offer, you decided to start a career abroad, you want to get going. Our handles, our website is www.aceprofessional.org. Our telephone number is 0208-0049-336. Our email address is info@aceprofessional.org. Here we go. IT job opportunities in the UK. So again, this is AI presented. We want to show you what AI is doing in the year 2022-23. Here we go. IT job opportunities in the UK. So we're looking at the top end of job opportunities that people are looking to get. Discover the booming UK IT industry, the top companies, the most popular IT fields, learn the skills, qualifications required, salary expectation, future prospects. Why is IT booming in the UK? Well, innovation. The UK has become a hub of technological innovation, fostering thriving technology ecosystems, top university, diverse international workforce, provide an abundance of skilled IT professionals. The culture in the UK is diversity and inclusive. So there's like a melting point of lots of cultures, lots of diversity, lots of religion. So the opportunity is open in the UK. Here we go. Exploring the popular IT fields, data science, cybersecurity, software development, artificial intelligence. Now, I've been recruiting for these jobs and I've seen some kind of interesting. There is a discrepancy between the entry levels and if you are a seasoned expert in any of these fields. So you can expect things ranging from 35K going upwards to, to the mid 100 plus 200,000 per annum. Okay, here we go. We have this video about top UK jobs from Ashika. It's still relevant. But before I go into our video, let me just ask people. Mr. Daniel, have you heard of the latest things in terms of employment, job employment in the UK?
Yes, I had some new policies that, though they are yet to be passed into law, I don't know if they are out there, but I think it was I had the Prime Minister talked about it concerning the increase in visa fee and the IHS. I heard about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know when that will be implemented.
Yeah, it will be implemented soon. They said if they want to make money, it's better to make money today than to post the day you want to make the money. But more importantly, they've included things in the shortage occupation list, such as carpenters, bricklayers, construction workers have also come into short. This is the first time we've seen them come into shortage occupation list. They've never been that desperate that they've come into shortage occupation list. That means that the UK is in crisis in those sectors. Now, there are other sectors such as IT, healthcare sector. There seems to be a lot of scrutiny going into healthcare sector. So they're checking. There's one that's come up. They said sponsored people are not allowed to work with children. So in the healthcare sector, if you're going to get a job and your job will be working with children, you can't be a sponsored person. You have to be somebody already in the country that is not sponsored, because they don't believe there's enough time for induction. They believe that they're going to put their children at risk because they're considered vulnerable adults. And as they're vulnerable adults, a layer of protection they're given to them is not to have people coming from international borders to work with them directly. They want those people to be well trained, understand the system before they can start working with their children. So these are new things that are coming up. I don't know whether you've heard, but yeah, in the IT as well, nothing particularly has changed so much than there's more scrutiny. So there would be lots of interviews, there'll be lots of checks that you've gone through proper process and that you qualify for the job. So there'll be more scrutiny in terms of certification. All of this is all come out. The new stuff. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play Ashika for folks on YouTube. Here we go.
Sorry.
Hi, guys.
Before you go on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, before you go on. So are you saying that there will be interviews now? Because what I know before is just going for appointments and it's strictly biometric. Would there be interviews?
Yeah, they're moving towards having an interview. So they're already interviewing the people who own the jobs.
Okay.
They're interviewing them. So it's not surprising that they would interview the employees.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reason for their interview would be along the lines of checking if somebody who is sponsored, checking if somebody who is sponsored can work with kids. So I'm just, I was just talking to two teachers and they were just closing their schools today. And they were telling me the kind of challenges that they're having in schools. So the different challenges are unique. The kids are allowed here to freely make different decisions. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but kids can come up with a newspaper or a calendar or a yearbook and vote you as the worst teacher. And that's not something culturally we do there in Nigeria or we do in other parts of the world. But the UK being tolerating things, can allow such to happen in the UK. So, but there has to be guidelines. I mean, those also come under safeguarding defamation of character. It's something that people need to kind of, has the teachers signed up to those kind of things? So there are different laws that protect people. The teachers can enact their law under GDPR that they don't want their information to be used in such things. They can pull things out. So it's not like you're defenseless. There's lots of opportunities and barriers to protect people, but it's always good to know what's going on out there. What's the hottest things? So this week, the hottest things are students are not allowed to have their dependents. If you've already applied, you're allowed. But if you're just about to apply, you can't have your dependent unless you're doing a PhD course, you're doing some kind of research, which is more expensive. Well, let's get on. Here we go.
No surprise, the tech has one of the biggest sources of recruitment in the UK that provides sponsorship. So if you work in tech, you're in luck. Not only do a lot of tech roles fall under the shortage occupation list, but they also pay more and they also offer sponsorship more often than non-tech roles. Now, that being said, there are obviously some tech roles that are more in demand versus others, right? So for those of you who are studying and are unsure of what route to take, and for those of you who are already working in tech and are looking to move to the UK, this video is going to tell you what roles are in demand, what skills are in demand, and how much you can expect to get paid for these tech roles in the UK. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ashika, and on this channel, we talk about how you can move to the UK. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now is an absolutely brilliant time to do it. Hit the subscribe button now and click on the bell icon for notifications.
Thank you, Ashika.
Okay, so
go on.
Data analysts, cloud or data architects, business analysts, .NET developers, data engineers, database administrators, and IT security. Now, apart from belonging to these roles, recruiters are very often looking for a certain set of skill sets, which you ideally need to mention in your CV. These are a combination of hard skill sets and soft skill sets. These are the top hard skills that are required in the UK in 2023. SQL, Power BI, Java and JavaScript, tech stacks like React, Python, or .NET, cloud computing, and DevOps. When it comes to soft skills, employers are looking for project management, data literacy, technical writing, and content creation.
I'm going to pause right here. Madam Tola, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Yeah, do you want to elaborate a bit what you think soft skills in project management would look like?
Okay. I think for me too, it matters in the area of flexibility because you're managing a project from start to bottom, and it includes also managing people indirectly because people are the resources you'll be using. They are human beings. So, and projects can be quite a whole lot because you're dealing with people with different temperaments, different skill sets, and a whole lot of human relationships in project management. So it's important that your communication skills is a very, very important one, effective communication, especially in project management, because you want people to get the needed instruction. You want to make sure that you're clear, so that you can achieve, so that the project can be successful. So I think effective communication, flexibility will also work because you can't, even though you've planned everything from start to bottom, where it is when you actually handle the project in real time that you realize some things are not realistic. So you need to employ the soft skill of flexibility. So it's project management, everything. In fact, if you are hiring anyone to that position, you must actually test their soft skill first, aside the certificates they are holding, because you cannot have a successful project without a good soft skill.
I'm going to say a very brave statement. I'm going to just go out and just blot it out. My big statement is the size of project that people handle is totally related to their soft skills. If you have high soft skills training, you can handle massive projects. You'll be able to deploy different types of skills with different people in different leadership, communication, emotion, empathy, emotional intelligence, all of these things you'll be able to incorporate. However, if you don't have great soft skills, I think it would limit the opportunity to how much scope and resources they could allocate one to handle. So I think, going into the future, this is going to be a determinant factor because if, for example, let's say intelligence, as I'm going to get Madam Tosin to define what that is in a minute. If it's something that is just determinant on information accumulation and usage of information, maybe giving us a chip in the future can get us to upgrade ourselves to be better than AI. We never know. We can process things quite faster. There's some interesting things I want to talk about to Mr. Daniel, which is working memory, but I will get to that. Madam Tosin, can you please tell us a little bit your defense?
I heard my name, but I did not hear what you said about me. You said AI.
No, I said that you're going to define intelligence. What do you call intelligence?
That is because
my question
is,
what is your definition of intelligence?
Oh, okay, sir. Okay. My definition of intelligence is, okay.
We'll come back to you, Madam Tosin, whilst you're coming up with that. Mr. Daniel, what do you think in terms of number of ideas one can juggle between 1 and 10? What is the highest? Hold on, just 1 second, please. I think internet is breaking up. Can you hear me, Madam Tosin? We'll come back to you. Wanted to give you time to formulate your answer. Is it okay? Mr. Daniel, between 1 to 10, what's the highest number of things that people could juggle, they can work, they can hold together at one point?
You mean in terms of skills?
No, skills, in terms of ideas in your working memory.
In terms of ideas.
If I said, think about petrol, think about politicians, think about electricity, think about money in the bank, think about food in the mouth, think about, if I keep going on, how many things can you juggle? 1 to 10. Yeah.
In that case, I think, if there is no common ground in terms of a common ground in terms of what they have in common, so I think at a time, 1.
You can juggle 1.
Yes.
Okay. Madam Tola, do you want to attempt? Madam Tola, are you there? I don't think Madam Tola is there. Lack of her being here. Mr. Daniel, let me give you an answer. So they say the highest thing we can juggle in our working memory is 7 minus 2 or plus 2. So dependent on person. So the highest thing you could hold, so many ideas can be running, but they will not go more than 9 ideas at the same time if you're holding them at one particular point in time. Because you'll be context switching. You'll be switching from this idea to the next, to the next, and next, and next. You cannot do 100 things. So people saying they can do 100 things in one is not possible, actually. I'll come back to that when Madam Tosin comes back.
It's no secret that the UK is going through a cost of living crisis. So the top question on your mind should be, how much can I get paid for these roles in the UK? I've got the answer. When it comes to data analysts, the national average salary is 35,393 per year. Cloud or data architects make 83,494 per year as the national average salary. Business analysts make 45,271 per year. .NET developers have a national average salary of 47,540 per year. Data engineers have a salary of 55,000 per year. Database administrators make 46,498 per year, and IT security makes 50,500 per year. Now, while these are the national average salaries, let's look at what's the highest you can earn for all of these roles. The highest for a data analyst is 50,000 per year. A cloud or data architect on the higher end makes 90,000 per year. Business analysts make 62,000 per year. IT security makes 70,000 per year. .NET developers make 59,000 a year. Data engineers make 78,400 a year. and database administrators make 60,000 per year. These are all the average salaries on the higher end. The London average, however, is different. Let's look at how much these roles pay as per the London average. If you work in London as a data analyst, you can make approximately £39,493 a year. Cloud or data architects on an average make £86,243 per year in London. Business analysts make $50,158 per year. IT security makes $50,331 per year. .NET developers make $57,494 per year. Data engineers make $52,823 per year. And database administrators make $44,743 per year. Now, if you are looking for a role in these companies, the first place you should ideally start, obviously, is LinkedIn and Indeed. But apart from that, it also helps if you can go to the career section of all of these companies and apply directly on their websites. But how do you know which companies to reach out to and which not to? Well, here's a list of the topmost IT companies in the UK right now. And these companies typically hire for tech roles from all across the world. At the top of the list is ServiceNow, an American company headquartered in California that delivers workflows to enhance employee and customer experiences. At number 2, we have A&D Digital, that helps organizations thrive by unlocking their tech and people potential. They work with their clients' employees to build impactful products and high-performing teams. At number 3, we have one of the best workplaces in the world, Salesforce. Salesforce provides CRM services to its clients, along with enterprise applications with a focus on customer experience, analytics, and automation. And number 4 is Adobe, an American software company that currently employs more than 20,000 employees worldwide. It's a global leader in digital media and digital marketing solutions. At number 5, we have VMware. VMware's computing, cloud, mobility, networking, and security offerings form a digital foundation supporting apps, services, and experiences that are transforming the world. And number 6, we have ARM. ARM is a British semiconductor and software design company, primarily designing processors, facilitating development solutions to accelerate product engineering, and providing IoT cloud services. Meta, or as it was erstwhile known as Facebook, helps people connect, join communities, and grow businesses, despite the fact that they just laid off a lot of people. Microsoft is at number 8, an American multinational company headquartered in DC, which operates in more than 190 companies and has 150,000 employees worldwide. I don't think anyone doesn't know Microsoft. At number 10, we have Dell Technologies, famous for their Dell laptops, which help companies build their digital future, transform IT, and protect the most important asset, information, by providing the right IT and workforce solutions. At number 10 is Zurich Insurance, headquartered in Zurich, Switzerland. It is a leading multi-line insurer that serves its customers in global and local markets.
I'm going to pause there. Sorry, Madam Tosin, since you're back, let's just check with your internet. Can you tell us what you thought about intelligence, please?
Yes, sir. I'm back, sir. Can you all hear me, sir?
You're perfect. You're perfect. Go for it.
Yeah,
Yes,
I personally think intelligence is more like an ability to like to think for yourself, like what you've been taught, what you know, what you have learned, the ability to be able to apply that, in the real world, to apply the knowledge and the skills, basically. Yes. So that's what intelligence means to me. The ability to collect all of this information and be able to use it right.
So would you then agree that intelligence will definitely be varied in different industries? So one person could have the capacity to be a farmer, but have less capacity to be academically inclined.
Yes.
Would agree that?
Yes, I do.
So that intelligence is then different people's capacity to gather information and use it in places that is applicable. That's what you're saying?
That's like, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So
okay. All right. There was a question about emotional intelligence. Oh, in fact, The question is also evolved. Now, the question is about intelligence and emotional intelligence. Madam Tola, we asked you a question earlier. I'm not sure whether you heard. Were you there? Did you hear us? Oh, the internet locked you up. Tola, you're still muted. I'm not sure whether she can hear me. All right, let me go through intelligence and emotional intelligence. So intelligence is basically different from what we've been taught in Africa or as we're growing up, where people cram things and basically don't use information that they've gathered. Intelligence is actually actionable information. So if you give me information, but I could use it 40 years from now, it's pointless, it's useless. If you give me information that I could use today, that is something that I could be intelligent with. Information I can use 40 years from now, I'll have to wait till 40 years from now to act on it. So it's better if I store that away. That is intelligence. Let's talk about emotional intelligence on the other hand. Emotional intelligence is people who have a very high IQ are known to be a bit empathetic. They're more considerate because they can think about more than their own personal problems because of their working memory. It's just like a processing unit in their brain where they process things. They don't just go into situations thinking about just their problem and just, seeing as far as their nose. No, they can actually look beyond, think about other people's problems and see other people's perspective and see how best to navigate to get a win-win situation in every conversation. So people with emotional intelligence would go, if there's an issue, first, initially, they would acknowledge the information that has been given to them. They would check that is accurate, and then they would give the suitable type of emotion, that is emotional response, that person will feel that not only that the information they gave was acknowledged, but also it was emotionally balanced. If I come with a problem, let's say I'm hungry, if I come with a problem like that, you're not just that you listen to me being hungry, but also you respond to it. So whatever your action is that you've used to respond to it, and you ask me, am I okay? That is emotional intelligence. So imagine you giving me that food and not having any of that conversation. The level of response I would get will be very low. I would not think you understand me so much. I just think you just chuck food at me. But you may understand me, but you've not communicated it. But because you've communicated and resolved my problem and checked if I'm okay and acknowledge it at the start, all of that allows you to balance my emotions. Instead of my emotions being over the chat, it calms down. I'm in a safe space. So the brain, as 1,000 years old or more mechanism, is always looking to secure us, to keep us safe, to protect us towards sustainability and reproducibility. So what that does happen is I try to always be in a safe environment, and I also try to always make sure that I can, I find opportunities to entertain myself in a safe environment. That's how my brain would work. That's how brain would want to solve every problem. So any problems that people kind of gather, that they kind of come across on a regular basis, you want to come back to your safest point. So if they tell somebody that they're sacked, they might not be able to go back to being unsacked, but they want to know if they have a next job, if there's an opportunity. The moment they know they have a next job, they're at peace again. They come back to the emotion, don't go over the chat. It comes back down. It's always important for people who are going to become leaders to have to equip themselves with this capacity, because the people you will work with, if you want to be able to motivate them, you would have to be able to see beyond your own problems, see their problems, and you have to be able to communicate with them in such a way that their emotion does not cloud their judgment. So they're able to listen to you and work with you effectively, and nothing disturbs the flow of information between you and them. Okay, so I'm going to move on from this video. I think we've kind of stayed with Ashika for too long. All right, so top jobs here. Google, Amazon, Facebook, IBM. Like Ashika already pointed out, these are places you can go on their LinkedIn, you could apply for the jobs. Obviously, there'll be lots of people competing for these roles. So you would have to either come from an educational background, highly educated, Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, or you come from well-experienced background. Yeah, that I'm very, very experienced. I've worked on the projects with Mercedes, Boeing. I've worked with Rolls-Royce. I've worked with Breitling, whatever the brand names are. You know, the things that you put there, the type of projects you work on will show how broad your capacity is, how much you've been able to interact with different individuals in different settings. Here we go, skills and qualification. So programming languages that are in demand, we have Python, Java, C++. That's on the cybersecurity aspect. In terms of soft skills, you have effective communication. We do that as a free course. It's particularly powerful. People don't understand it, but if you would want to see what's the difference between someone like Barack Obama and some next African-American senator that did not get to achieve success at those levels, I would say effective communication will be the key difference. It won't be that they are not going to the same school. They don't have the same types of certification coming out. It's not about that Barack Obama is highly intelligent. It's just that in terms of effective communication, he's owned that skill and he's developed it so high. It becomes ranking high in terms of all the types of soft skills. Is identifying which skills are those skills that will move you from point A to point B much quicker time. Project management, again, is coming up here. Ability to manage projects from inception to delivery. So we do this in our group and the team that we work with. We come up with an idea. We have an inception. We develop the idea. We move and we grow the idea and we get it through all the departments he has to go through delivery. And we start monitoring the delivery and we start working on marketing. So that's the part that we are actually weak on as a team, is increase our power on marketing. Once we're marketing effectively, we know that our products are fantastic. Our services are great. I think we'll be able to see the benefits of all the hard work we've put into the projects. All right. Entry-level position, you've got 25 to 35,000 data analysts. Now, this also pays very well. Experienced positions and senior level positions. Now, nothing says to people that you can't come up with your own job. You can. You can create your own niche. You can create your own job. Like something I'm working on at the moment. I'm kind of like morphing a particular type of job title, something that I'm working on. Once I'm done with it, I will share it. It's not a lot of people holding this position in any organization, but it's a very powerful position and it helps companies grow and you can actually scale what you're doing. There we go. So we have future outlook and trends. Remote work. The pandemic has accelerated the trends towards remote work and offering opportunities to work from home. AI automation, the use of automation workplace is expected to increase creating new jobs. This is true. There's a lot of work into developing robots now. We see this happening, and there's a whole lot of effort also into green, green IT, green tech, sustainability. So we've got the focus on sustainability is expected to lead to more investment in green. So you would see, what you would notice is there'll be more solar panel, especially to Africa. And there will be now start cute, smaller bags of people's bags will have solar panels on their backpack. So charging their power banks, they can plug their phones to it. Their Wi-Fi's could be in their bags. This would be a thing that's common, is going to be around the corner. And there'll be smarter types of even solar panels, the ones that you can fold and stretch. So you should be able to go to different places. I keep having a customer that I know very well. My wonderful daughter's looking for me. Here we go. So we've got jobs that people want. Mendis develop, cybersecurity engineering, second line support engineering, senior cyber project manager, digital skills, IT skills tutor, IT support and site engineering. Then the next one is IT project senior, operational resilience specialist, solution consultants. All of these are jobs that are in high demand at the moment. Teacher of science. All right, sorry, I've just got to deal with something. Apologies. All right, it's just my lovely family. So, visas for teaching in the UK, EU citizenship. We have if you are a family member is EU citizenship, you can use that to get into teaching in the UK. If you are from certain countries between the ages of 18 to 30, you can also come to the UK without a job, actually. You don't have to have a job, but you have certain countries. Now, I came through this route a long time ago, about 20 years ago. So this is very useful. Point-based system. This is a popular one people hear about, and the Jackpot era. Now, this point-based system is giving you that you have to score a point up to 70 out of 100 in number of point scoring system. And they would acknowledge your COS, they would acknowledge the offer job and the salary, they'll acknowledge that the English proficiency, they will acknowledge that the job is in the shortage, occupation, all of these things score points. And those are the points-based system. Now, this is things that the visas will go up for certain jobs, not every job. Obviously, they've increased some number of shortage occupation lists, which are now moving into the construction work. So the UK would be employing people in construction. And as you know, when it comes to certification for construction workers, they don't have a standardized certification that anybody can see. It's something that I was trying to solve as a person. But let's move on. Ancestry visa grants. Any Commonwealth citizen who has their grandparents, parents, or somebody in your family tree that's from the UK, and you can prove this. It's a way to enter and get access into the education industry. So planning, it's important not just to make a plan before you begin, but also to change directions when things go wrong, which is course correct. The sooner you course correct, the faster you reach your goal. There we go. We have section 3 here. I'll skip an explanation on programming languages. Okay. Oh, the programming languages. There are different programming languages that are interesting that people they have in high demand. So Java is one of them. C++ is one of them with the programming languages depending. So cybersecurity, data analysis, depending on what type of area you are. If you're in software development, you want to definitely understand Java. You want to have your MySQL. You want to be really, really up to date with certain types of skills. And you could also work on small time projects on WordPress and all the other platforms or JavaScript. Outside those, there are different programming for different types of IT development that is outside software development. So things such as cybersecurity. This security world is going to be very big. So I can see a whole lot of tightening happening and restrictions coming into data. So data, because you have AI stripping data from everywhere, so GDPR will become tighter. As a result, cybersecurity also will become tighter. People are worried about their information getting missing or being mistaken, or people being robbed or defrauded. So all of these things, people worry about the identity. Cyber security becomes a tighter things. And then you have different companies that would look into should they own their infrastructure to host their business. So depending on the type of service you give, you might want to outsource, put your service in the cloud. Like we have in one of our service with CV Gods, is somewhere in the cloud. Your information goes in. Is not a server, a computing that I have next to me or in an office. No, it's in the cloud, and we kind of use that service and we upgrade. We find it's convenience. Those are the new tech. Again, with that, cybersecurity will come with, in terms of GDPR, would always have to have policies and would always have to allow people to unsubscribe, to remove and control their own data. So as data controllers and handlers, how we process, we would also have to be very clear, have a clear flow chart showing people, this is what we do with your information. It's not going to third parties. So all of this are the key important things, features. I'm just trying to mindful of how much content I have to go through. Hence, sometimes move a little bit ahead of myself. Okay, we still have this interesting thing. What does ACE offer? So we've got this click edit master title. Improve candidates measure. Sorry, I struggle to tolerate errors. So I do not know where this is coming from. I thought I removed it the last time. Maybe I did not save the file. So it's saved. I'll just go file save. Zoom is blocking me from saving this quite easily. There you go. So I'm back. Here we go. I just can't stand those anything that looks like a little error. I want to work at the next level, the next standard. So what we offer is product, services, and both. And I would like your attention to all of this. So some of our products are CVs, references, personal statements. Some of our services are the soft skills training workshops that we give in different sectors, healthcare, IT. All of those things are services that we give, or we offer both. Or for teachers, we can give them both the product and the services, getting their QTS in the UK, or give them the service to help train them. Okay. So we know what people are looking for. Definitely, employers are looking for people who have these skills: improved candidates, measured, reflective, constantly growing workers. Workshops, training course, CV, services, interview skills, references, personal statements. These are the things that we do. Again, I still have this click edit master title style. Here we go. So for people coming to teach in the UK, you could opt for our training service, training and portfolio, or allow us to get your portfolio ready. So go ahead and dream big and have complete faith that God will do everything possible to make manifest your wildest dreams. Okay, so what is Section 4? This is the process of how we do our things. Like I said about GDPR, everybody will be required to tell people in the future what you're subscribing to. So you know what's the frequency of information you get. It's just the next stage in our evolution. Information meeting is where we are today. If you need our services, you request for a decision-making link. After we get that link, we will give you a package. Once you get your package, you've got your payment confirmed. We'll give you the package requirements. There'll be a welcome letter showing you what the package, telling you how our communications happen, and telling you what would happen as exit procedure. Should things not go well, should you want to pull out at any point, we need to give you the opportunity of you having that safe space. And then you have the job hunt. So we're able to get you a job and back in your career, and you can move out. For people coming up from abroad, it'll be visa application after the jobs, because they will have sponsorship, and that would be that. Now, knowledge attracts abundance when it's organized and intelligently directed through practical plans of action. Today, you see me talking about several things, and I've merged an AI-produced PowerPoint with a human-produced PowerPoint, and I'm able to work with the two. So there is benefits of human production work, and there's benefits of AI production work. It's relieving, but it's not perfect. Neither of the two is perfect because the AI was originally programmed by the humans who were not perfect. So in our DNA, it's like we have an error code that allows us to just be incomplete, not 100%, but it's what gives us beauty. If everything was 100% in this world, there'll be nothing to complain about, and it would just be all perfect and all breeze. So we've come to the end of our presentation today. Let me ask different people about what they're taking away. Madam Tosin, what's your takeaways today? There's so much things that's changed in the UK. What's your takeaway?
Yes, for me, my own takeaway is that it's just better to just keep getting yourself informed, especially when you want to relocate. Meetings like this are very important that people actually attend so that they don't get they don't get to be cheated out of, because of misinformation, basically. Because right now, if I was not even in this meeting, maybe I wouldn't have learned some few changes that have been made or that will be made by the Home Office. So I would really tell people to endeavor to actually keep coming to meetings like this, especially when they want to relocate, because misinformation can cost people a whole lot. It can even cost them their visa approval.
Yes.
So
talking about that, I'll just take from my extract today. So I had somebody called me today and they were declined. They had the Home Office sent a letter to them, giving them a limited amount of stay in the country and telling them that they need to leave at a certain date. And the key thing is that the person was in tears, but the key thing is that they need to get options. And the options are already there for them. So I'm not in tears because I know the options. I'm aware. Information changes how we look at the same situation. But I can understand if anybody else is in that situation, they wouldn't know where to go. You've been denied visa. You've been declined to stay in the UK. They've told you that they're coming to get you and they're going to send you back home or send you to Rwanda. There's a whole lot that can be going through people's mind. They don't know what to do. This meeting is a forum. They can come to us, they can talk to us, and we can help them get a process in place to help them either see the options that are available to them. The Home Office is also extending options every time they're writing this letter. They're telling you what to do. Go to visas, go to this, go to that. So opportunities are there all the time. As the UK is closing one door, they're opening another door. Now, there's a lot of people in the construction industry that do not know, that are not aware. People, engineers, people who make air conditioner and stuff, they're looking for them here, but they're not aware. But they've opened the doors, and what will happen to them? They will need to get their act together and understand how to relocate. But like Tosin is saying, it will cost them if you don't have the right information. And you could waste a whole lot of money. So instead of people wasting thousands and thousands of money in relocating and not getting the result they're looking for, get the information, get the advice, draw up a plan, and let's work with the options and get you here simply on a simple budget that does not cost you. The things will actually not, you won't be feeling pains because everything with us is kind of organized. We have a flow chart that we follow, and that's how we want to be operating. Mr. Daniel Sonubi, is there anything you're taking away, sir?
Thank you, sir. Just like the last speaker said concerning the take home, knowledge is very, very important. Yeah, it's good to be enlightened on your application. So you need to be furnished with enough information, or else you just end up wasting monies, and those monies are so hard to get. So thank you for the information tonight. I think I will need more information because when I get clues like that, I like to get to the bottom of it and how I can utilize it and get the best out of it. So thank you very much for another wonderful and mind-blowing presentation you've given us tonight. It has been always like this every Wednesday. We've been enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to the fresh one coming next week. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, definitely. We want to start featuring AI produced soft skills training every Wednesday now. So we talk about jobs, talk about hard skills, but we want to start showing people a little bit of how powerful these things are, because there's people killing each other. There's a whole lot of emotional wars that people, family members and friends and fights, that soft skills can help to reduce all this, and people can come to an understanding and understand that we can live together. We don't have to like each other. We don't have to agree with each other, but we can live together. You know, it's possible. There's level of things that we can tolerate. So yes, we're going to start handling more tensed and extreme conversations. Thank you. Madam Tola, do you want to enlighten us with your takeaway tonight?
Good evening, everyone. I second Tosin about the importance of updating your information about anything so you don't make costly mistakes. So it's important that you position yourself in a place where you can always be informed correctly, because there are a lot of people who just want to make money off you, and they won't give you the necessary details that you will need to process all of this, either of anyone you want to opt for. So updating yourself is important, and positioning yourself to learn to get the right information at the right place is important. So thank you very much, sir, for the update.
Yeah, Madam Tola, I just wanted to use the opportunity to celebrate you. You won an award to travel to Qatar. We celebrate you at ACE. And I just want to remind you that you didn't just win that award on the day that they gave you. All the time you were going to school, all the time you went to your university, all the time that you were overcoming challenges and roadblocks, you were paving the way. You were building yourself. So you didn't just win it on that one day. You're winning many awards today. It's just that in the future, you'll be receiving them in person. They'll come to reality. But you're putting in the hard work. So well done. Well done.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Auntie Lola, good evening. I'm not sure whether Auntie's mic is on. Madam Helen, if you wanted to tell us a takeaway, I'm not sure. Maybe she's typed it. Let me see. Yeah, she says, thank you so much. Okay. She says she promised to be here next time. Oh, that's fantastic. Fantastic. We're looking to make this a non-avoidable session for everybody. We'll be taking soft skills one at a time, and we'll be dissecting into it and be talking about how powerful, you know, sometimes you hear cases where a police officer in Nigeria has killed somebody at a stop, something that would be very simple, a short conversation, turned out to be a gunshot to somebody's lawyer's chest. We want to start addressing those things from a soft skills. We cannot cure the world. We can't fix everything, but we can do some little things in our own corner, enlighten the people that we come across. And that way we would have helped. Yes. Auntie, I was asking you if you had anything, your takeaway, just to replenish us, just to add to us. What you've learned today, what you're taking away. Okay, I'm not sure Auntie can hear me. Well, at this junction, I want to thank everybody. And I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday evening and a wonderful week ahead. I'm so shocked that July is moving so fast. We only just opened the curtains And we're already at the 20th of July. Wow, the speed of light that this particular year is traveling at. Okay, so that's our review. If you want to share that with friends and family, just take a picture of that and share that. People could review ACE and give us 5 stars is always what we're looking for, because we don't try to cut corners. We give people the very best that we have, and we are constantly growing. Thank you this evening. I wish you a very, very wonderful night. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for people on YouTube for spending time with us. We hope this has been useful to you. We hope this allows you to basically move further